The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, as the Shadow Reaper glided silently through the dark waters of the Caribbean. Captain Flint Blackthorn stood at the helm, his keen eyes fixed on the horizon. The salty breeze ruffled his dark coat and tangled his jet-black hair as he contemplated his next move, a daring plan that would pit him against a foe far greater than any merchant ship or rival pirate crew. News had reached Blackthorn's ears of a massive British fleet, led by the formidable Admiral Harrington, sailing with a singular goal in mind: to capture the elusive and infamous pirate captain, Flint Blackthorn. The bounty on his head had grown large enough to tempt even the most steadfast naval officers, and the British Navy was eager to put an end to the reign of terror that he had established across the seas. Unfazed by the threat, Blackthorn was determined to turn the tables and set a trap for the British fleet. He knew that a direct confrontation would be suicidal, so he hatched a plan that relied on his ship's unmatched speed and his cunning strategy. As the crew went about their tasks, he addressed them, his voice carrying an air of confidence and authority. He began, his gaze sweeping over his loyal crew.
Listen well, me hearties. We've a rendezvous with destiny, and it be our wits that'll guide us through this storm. The British Navy be hounding us, but we shall show 'em the fury of the seas. We shall outwit 'em, outmaneuver 'em, and make 'em rue the day they ever thought to catch Captain Flint Blackthorn.
The crew erupted in cheers and applause, their loyalty to their captain unwavering. Blackthorn's plans were always daring, but they had seen his brilliance in action time and time again. Under the cover of darkness, the Shadow Reaper sailed toward a narrow, treacherous channel known only to the most skilled navigators. Blackthorn's familiarity with the waters gave him an edge, allowing him to guide his ship through the perilous path with a precision that left his crew in awe. As dawn broke, the masts of the British fleet came into view on the horizon. A sense of anticipation hung in the air as Blackthorn's crew prepared for the showdown. But their captain's plan wasn't to engage the fleet head-on. Instead, he ordered his crew to hoist their sails, catching the wind and propelling the Shadow Reaper into a full sprint away from the pursuing ships. The British fleet, confident in their numbers, gave chase, their cannons bellowing with thunderous roars. But Blackthorn had anticipated this. He directed his crew to maneuver through a labyrinth of small islands, forcing the larger British vessels to slow down and navigate the tricky waters. The Shadow Reaper danced nimbly through the channels, evading cannon fire and taunting the enemy as if playing a dangerous game of cat and mouse. Admiral Harrington, frustrated by Blackthorn's elusiveness, made a fateful decision. He ordered a split in his fleet, sending a portion of his ships to flank the Shadow Reaper from the opposite side of the island chain. Blackthorn observed the maneuver with a sly grin, his plan unfolding just as he had hoped. As the British ships separated, Blackthorn seized the opportunity. He signaled his crew to change course abruptly, his ship's maneuverability allowing him to execute a sharp turn that left the British cannons firing blindly into the open sea. The wind picked up, filling the Shadow Reaper's sails, and the ship surged forward with renewed speed. The real trap had been set. As Blackthorn's ship sped away, the British ships that had separated from the main fleet found themselves in an exposed position, vulnerable to attack. Blackthorn unleashed a volley of cannon fire from a hidden cove on one of the islands, striking the British ships with deadly precision. The chaos that followed was a sight to behold. Ships collided, masts splintered, and the cries of wounded sailors filled the air. With the British fleet in disarray, Blackthorn seized the moment. He ordered his crew to unfurl every sail and unleash the full might of the Shadow Reaper's speed. With the wind at their backs, they tore through the waves, leaving the beleaguered British ships in their wake. As night fell, the battered British fleet limped away, defeated and demoralized. Blackthorn stood at the helm, his eyes ablaze with triumph. The victory was his. A victory not only of strength and speed, but of strategy and cunning. The legend of Captain Flint Blackthorn grew even stronger, his name etched into the annals of piracy as a mastermind who had outwitted and outsmarted the mighty British Navy. And as the Shadow Reaper sailed into the darkness, disappearing once again into the mist, the crew's cheers of victory echoed across the open sea, a testament to their indomitable spirit and their unyielding loyalty to their captain. Captain Flint Blackthorn, the pirate who had once again proven that he was a force to be reckoned with on the high seas.